UN Secretary General Special Advisor on Solutions to Internal Displacement Robert Piper says bringing the IDPs back to their origins should be the first priority of the government. He said this on Tuesday when he visited Sawakari IDP Center in Mekelle alongside UN Ethiopia Humanitarian Coordinator Dr. Ramiz Alakbarov and other representatives of UN agencies in Ethiopia.
When I asked people in this camp what is the solution for them, it is to go home. And I understand that has to be the number one option. That needs to be the priority for the government to make that happen.
The UN Secretary General Special Advisor spoke with the IDPs at Sawakari IDPs camp. The IDPs raised many questions and explained the prevailing challenges they're facing, including the lack of food, medical supplies, and sanitation materials.
That no one wants to stay in transition for too long. People need to get home, people need to get on with their lives, children need to go to school, farms need to be farmed. So I want to talk to you about what does it take, what do we need to do to try and allow you to get back to a normal life.
Robert Piper on his part promised that he will take the questions of the IDPs to all stakeholders and look for a better solution.
Deliberate about supporting them. So this is where I go back to Addis Ababa and I go back to talk to people at the World Bank and I go and talk to lots of partners of Ethiopia to figure out how can organizations like the United Nations, but also the banks and others, how can we organize ourselves to support governments like the Ethiopian government to make sure these returns processes are successful, that they stick, that people are able to restart their lives properly.
The special advisor visited different sites at the camp alongside the UN delegation. Head for UN OCHA in Ethiopia, Michel Saad, says the main purpose of the visit is to look for alternatives on how the UN and its agencies can support returning plans.
The purpose of our visit is, of course, to check again on the situation of the displaced people and see what we can do to support the regional government plans in terms of returning them where possible to return, and if not possible to return at the moment, what we can offer them to move a bit away from not only giving relief aid, but to see what we can do to bring them more dignity.